How's it going, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how to swap out the handle inlays of the Parallax, as well as swap out the pivot caps. I'm going to use a different color. We'll go with translucent blue. To begin with, I'm going to take a pin. We're going to use this to stab the inlays and lever them out of the handle. I'm going to do all four here. I'm just stabbing gently and pretty shallow, and then I'm just levering the inlays out. All right, we've got all four inlays out. Let's go ahead and apply the new inlays. So the first thing I'll do is I'll wedge the corner in right there, and then I'll do the opposite corner. Just use my fingernail to pop it in, and then I'm going to push down and towards the center. You'll be left with something that looks like this, and I'm going to put my fingernail against the side here and just sort of squeeze it in and then press it down. And then I'll use my finger to smooth it out. All right, let's repeat that process for the other one. Starting with this top corner, popping it in. Oops, sorry about that. Popping it in so it's nice and flush with the surface. I'm gonna do the other corner now, and then all right. If you can hear Winnie the Pooh in the background, I don't know if you can. I can. If my microphone picks it up, it just so happens that my daughter has excellent taste in bears. She's not old enough to eat honey yet. She will get there. And she just loves Winnie the Pooh. And you know what? Who can blame her? All right, this is the last inlay here. Putting in one corner, then the other, pushing it down, and then popping the middle piece in. Smooth it out with my finger. All right, we are done. So I'm gonna put this pin back in so I don't stab myself. Now I'm gonna show you how to swap out your pivot caps. So you may have noticed the default pivot cap color that comes assembled with each Balisong is black, but you'll also receive pivot caps in the same color that you select for your inlays. So let's say that you wanted to add a pop of color and you want to switch out the black. So the first thing you can do, take your hex key, pop it in, and simply pull out these pivot caps. The friction will be sufficient. Generally, you might need to tilt it to lever it slightly. And now I will just pop them in. I promise I will. Typically, it requires you to push in one side and then use your finger to squeeze in the other side. All right, let's do the other one. All right. Now let's go ahead and do this side. So for this side, you will need your trusty pin again. And what we're gonna do is just go in at an angle. I'm going to pierce the surface and then pull up. And that's going to reveal the other side. So I'll repeat that process. I'm gonna squeeze in this cap And once it's anchored into one side, I'm just gonna push it in. All right, let's do the other one. They're made of a rubbery material, so you just need to flex them a bit. All right, that's that. So at this point, you're going to want to do a visual inspection and make sure the caps are flush with the surface of the handle. If they are not, if one of your caps is sticking up a little bit, you can try and push it in. If that doesn't work, my recommendation is to slightly to tighten the handle. So use your hex key and tighten your handle quite a bit. You're basically you're not full crank, it's a little too much, but you're gonna tighten it and your handle will likely bind. And at that point, with the handle fully tightened, you would push these in, stick your hex key back in, brace the cap with your thumb so it doesn't pop out again, and then loosen it until you get a perfect swing again. And then bracing with your thumb so the cap doesn't pop out, you'd pull this out. So that is the procedure you do if they're sticking out a bit. Now, let's say that you wanted to use both of these like flush sides and you're like, no, I'm happy with the tune. I don't really need quick adjustment. You would just pop these out. The ones with the holes, and you could simply use the flat variant that has no holes. And pop those in. This variant looks nicer. It's a little more flush and seamless. The only downside is you no longer have easy access if you need to give your balisong a quick tighten. To remove these, again, you'd use the same pin procedure, stick it in, and then lever them out. And then at this point, you would be able to tighten or loosen, and then you'd have to replace the pin. So it's really just a trade-off of aesthetics and convenience. And that choice is yours. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy.